Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the comedy extravaganza that is The Adventures of E. Strap yourselves in because in this podcast we dive into hilarious personal stories, mishaps, and everyday life. From the awkward encounters at the grocery store to trying to adult in a world that seems determined to trip us up at every turn. So whether you're listening during your commute or just kicking back with a cup of coffee, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt. Here's your host, Elissa.
Hello, my little fridge sigs. I got real excited and didn't know what to say for a second. We're so glad that you came back, and we're back for another season.
Season 3.
Wow.
It started.
What started?
The newest season that everybody keeps clamoring for. Like, we keep getting blown up.
We're really sorry about that, but life got really life in there for a second.
Yeah, we got a lot of life going on. Like, our last episode, we were very much like, hey, let's go to Vegas. Like, this is, our anniversary. We were excited, and we were going to do a follow-up, and then we had some other stuff that we were going to talk about, and then, we did kind of tease releasing the off-road Badlands trip and whatnot, but the audio just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
No, it just didn't pick up good enough, and it just wasn't where we would like it to be.
Right,
So we decided not to.
Yep.
But here we are, back for more.
Yep. So we should probably update everybody on the Vegas, Tennessee trip.
Well, some lessons were learned.
Yeah?
Some life lessons.
And what are those?
I don't do well in a group of people in a crowded place for long periods of time.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's number one.
Okay.
So, anyway, what else do you want to talk about?
So how do you feel? How was your experience with our anniversary trip to Vegas? Like, how did you feel? Like, did you enjoy it? I mean, the highs, the lows.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a blast. I really did. I guess I didn't realize the anxiety leading up to a group trip that I would have.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really shared that with our friends. Not that I'm hiding it. It just hasn't come up in conversation.
Right.
But the anxiety of having a group trip and then on top of it being Vegas, which was extremely busy.
Mm-hmm.
It was extremely overwhelming and overstimulating. And then you had the people on top of it, and it just was a lot for me. So, yeah.
Understandable. And I would agree with you. Like, I think that it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience and something that,
we'll remember forever.
Yeah, we have never done before. So, I mean, that was the exciting part. We got to hang out with our friends and have some fun, and we got into some shenanigans.
So one day we did dress up in 80s gear.
Yes.
And Jason had no idea, and they surprised him, and they had just told me a few days before, so I got an outfit and threw it together.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why or how I did that.
We'll have to get some pictures together of the group and put them up on the podcast page. But
we got stopped by everybody.
Oh, yeah. They thought we were like fucking celebrities or something.
Yeah, and they were like asking us what we were doing, and it was just hilarious. And we're like, nope, we just wanted to dress up. And so of all days, we're dressed up in 80s gear. We go into one of the fanciest restaurants I've personally ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
And I know all of our friends have ever been in. So tell them about that experience, Jason.
So that was, I mean, hell, I don't even remember the name of the restaurant.
It was Delmonico's.
Oh, that's right. It was. So we walk in, and the maitre d' or, the front of house manager, whoever it was, very, very nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even bat an eye at us.
Didn't even bat an eye. I mean, I can't imagine the shit that he sees.
I know. Well, we talked about that. I can't either. Now that I've been there, I can't either. Like, cheeks be a cheeking out there. Like, everything is hanging out.
Everywhere.
It blew my mind.
So, I mean, him seeing us in, like, 80s gear, whatever, he might think, it's some goofy, like, podcast people or party or, something along those lines. But, so we sit down and we have a very nice lunch. It was phenomenal food. Definitely a 5-star experience. But the interesting part was we had a member of our group who tends to not like metal silverware. And for the people that are listening, familiar listeners, they would know who this is. But
Oh, man.
And I'm not going to name, but
I might.
Well, yeah, true. But this person is basically having a panic attack because it's such a nice restaurant. They don't want to ask for plastic silverware.
And I have no filter at this point in the day. Zip, zero zilch. And I looked at her and I was like, what is going on? So she tells me, and I'm like, you're freaking out over asking for plasticware? Well, yeah. I like just politely put my hand up to get some attention. And the guy came over super nice. And I said, sir, do you have plastic silverware, like to-go silverware? And he goes, oh, yeah. And brought her like 4.
Yeah.
And she acted like she was so embarrassed. And I'm like, well, you're welcome. Now you can eat your 5-star meal. That's how I felt about that.
No, but it was kind of funny. Like, I understand the whole, like, you know, being nervous and not being in that kind of experience before and whatnot. But
And that's fair. But at the same time, like, if you're paying that kind of money, I don't care. You might as well enjoy it. Like, that's my
Right.
mentality. So, like, not asking just kind of shocked me.
yeah.
So we got that taken care of.
Yeah, and we had a blast. Everybody had a good time.
The next thing we need to talk about is the pinky leash.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely need a pinky
You
leash.
need to tell them about that, what you did to me. Because
Oh.
you know it was not right.
Oh, I didn't do it to you. It just kind of naturally happened because you kept wandering and I kept like holding on to your pinky and I was like, you're pinky leashing it. You know, you
So he
can't
made
keep
me
wandering.
hold on to his pinky so he couldn't lose track of me.
Yeah.
It was rude. Rude.
There were tons of people and tons of stuff going on. And so, yeah, I kind of had to keep track of you.
And I also want to talk about, we had an amazing experience somewhere I never thought I would ever get to go. And before all y'all get nasty minds out there, listen, I wanted to go for a different reason.
Sure.
So on our anniversary, Jason happened to work with somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who works.
All the connections. Yeah.
Works with whatever, Hustlers.
Yeah. The Hustler Club in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he got us in. I mean, they were excellent to us. Like, they sent us a party bus to pick us up. We had bottle service. I mean, it was just awesome. Like, they went above and beyond.
Yeah. Super cool people.
So the manager comes over to talk to us. Super nice guy, like unbelievably nice guy. And he's like talking to us about the building. And he said something about, I'll give you a tour. And I go, oh my God, I'm so excited. I watched the documentary. And he just stopped and looked at me. And I go, what? I watched the Larry Flint documentary and I'm real excited. And he thought I was a nutball.
Oh, he loved you to death, though.
So he went and was doing whatever and then came back later to take us on a tour. And he took us in the old part of the club, which was in the middle of the new club that they built, basically.
Yeah, it was on the lower level.
Yeah, it was very weird, but interesting. And then the original wallpaper was still up, which is like Dorothy's regular shoes on the wall. It's nuts. So we got to see the dressing room. He took us everywhere. He took us up on the rooftop where they have like parties. I'm like, bro, I need to come back.
Yeah, they do their after hours parties like up on the rooftop, like crazy
He's like,
stuff.
yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm like, dude, I'm for sure coming back. You just let me know.
Yeah, the next time we fly to Vegas or whatnot, I'm just going to text him and just be like, hey, we're coming back.
Hey, it's happening.
Yeah. When's the party?
So that was an excellent experience.
Yeah, that was a good experience. The only bad experience we had was we had a trickster that
Wait, time out. We need to back it up for a second.
Okay, back it up. Back it up, Terry.
Put it in reverse, Terry. When we were standing on the rooftop, I want you to know, I don't know if I told you this, Kate grabbed my arm and she said, this is the kind of shit that always happens to you. And I said, what are you talking about? She goes, this is nuts, Alyssa. She was like, if you came back and we hadn't been with you and told us about this experience, I wouldn't have believed you. And I said, I tell you guys all the time, like, if you didn't know me, you would think I make my life up. But anyway, go ahead.
So we were having a good time hanging out, and I can't even remember what was the name of the dancer. Sasha, that's right, with her fake Russian accent.
It was an interesting situation.
So for funsies, I was like, hey, give our friends a dance, right?
Yeah, no big deal.
And I said, one dance, I'll pay for it, no big deal.
And meanwhile, I don't know where I was, but I wasn't there during this because when I walked back, they were already over there and I
Yeah.
had no idea what happened. So I don't know where I was, honestly.
Yeah, I think you may have run to the bathroom or
Maybe
something
that's
like that.
where I was.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But no, so I said, hey, go take care of our friends, go give them a dance. I'll take care of it, blah, 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 blah. No big deal. Well, one song goes by and they don't come back. And then another song goes by. And if anybody knows anything about a strip club, you pay per dance, per song.
Mm-hmm.
And so 3 songs go by and I'm like, they haven't come back. I'm like, okay, maybe they decided to, they were having a good
decided to
time.
stay. We didn't know what they
Didn't
were
even think
doing.
anything about it. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts coming back and is like, oh, well, you owe me money and this and that. And what about this? And she was telling them that they had to pay for it and all this other stuff. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I told you one dance, everything else, So she tried to snake in there and force extra money. I was like,
Again, I have no idea what's happening this whole time.
I'm like, you know what? Kudos to you for trying to be an entrepreneur.
But not with us.
But not today, Satan. Not today. So that was interesting. That was about the only negative that we had.
There was only one other one, and that was there was some old guy who went to Fremont Street, and Jason got his first tattoo.
Yeah.
We forgot to tell you guys that. We all got matching tattoos.
Yep.
From a sketchy place in Vegas. But hey, we were
Right
there
on
for a
Fremont
good time,
Street.
not a long time,
Yep.
But we were walking back to our car, our rental, and some guy was like slumped over, older guy, remember? And he had like 10 Four Loko cans away.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking, they're like, is he breathing? Is he breathing? And I'm like, oh, man. And then he goes, and I was like, oh, he's breathing. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Abort.
Yeah.
Abort the mission.
So we had that. That was about the only 2 real negative things that we had happen, and that's not even that bad.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. And then we flew back. And I have to say, like, it's been a long time since I've flown, but I don't remember landings being that fucking ridiculous. I mean,
They were rough times.
I mean, like, throw you forward in the seat,
rough.
like, slam your face against the seat in front of you. Like, I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, well, I hadn't either. And then, so we get there, no issues. No issues at all flying there. Flying back, Jason and I are in a separate lane because we flew first class and everybody else is in another lane. And I go through and all of a sudden I have on leggings, a t-shirt, and a sweater, I think is what I had on. And it goes off, like the metal detector thing goes off. And they pull me out and they're like, okay, we need you to take off your shoes. So I'm like, okay. And I have white tennis shoes on and I have white socks on. And then they're like trying to wand me. And homegirl, sweet thing, she was so sweet. She kept going, I'm so sorry. And I go, honey, just do whatever you need to do. Like, I get it. This is your job. Like, whatever. She fucking credit cards my vagina. It threw me for a loop, too. I was just as surprised. And I'm like walking around with no shoes on. So they break open my suitcase to look in it. And I'm like, oh God, do you have to do that? And then I realized as soon as I said that, well, that looks shady as fuck. So I was like, no, I'm only saying that because it took my husband and I both setting on it to get it zipped, which is the God's honest truth. And she was like, yeah, I have to. I'm like, okay. So they open it up, look at it, zip it back up. They're making Jason leave me. And I'm walking around still this dirty fucking floor with white socks on.
Well, all they did, they literally, because obviously, you know, weed and, you know, gummy, all that kind of shit's legal out in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, I think when your stuff scanned through, because you eat Haribo gummy bears.
Yeah, and I had gotten some at the airport.
You put them in your bag.
I did, not even thinking anything
It
about
scanned
it.
through and they're like, oh, those are gummies. So what do? They pull them out, they scan them, all this
And
other
they look
stuff.
at it and they're like, oh, okay, it's just a bag of gummy bears.
Yeah.
And then put them back in and
Yeah.
that was it. And I'm like, but they're shooing him away and I'm standing there just like a little lost child, like, but where, I need my shoes.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to do.
I was like collecting things off the conveyor.
Yeah,
And,
so I'm trying to grab my shoes and hurry up. It was a lot. So the moral of the story is, I guess, is if you wear tight leggings, it will show up on a metal detector.
yeah, that's the weirdest
Because
thing.
on the way there, I wore a big baggy pair of sweatpants.
Yeah.
And nobody stopped me.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Anyway.
Weird stuff. But so we flew back, and then everybody hopped in their Broncos, and we drove down to Tennessee.
It was a lot.
It was a good time, though.
It was interesting. We ended up staying at the sketchiest motel I've ever stayed at in my entire life.
No, the first one we went to and decided not to stay at was the sketchiest one.
Well, I actually wasn't even trying to be mean. I was trying to let them have the room because we were all exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And Kate was driving, and I felt bad for her. And so I was like, I had called to set up the rooms, and it was a whole big, like, kerfuffle. It was a kerfuffle. Did I say that right? Is that how you say it? Okay.
Yeah, kerfuffle. Yep.
So anyway, and so I was like, we'll just go next door and stay at that sketchy ass motel over there. And so they were like, we're not staying here either. And they came over there, and I was just like, it's just a fucking mess. So anyway, it was still pretty sketch.
Yeah. But then we get down, and we actually stayed at the same place that you and I had stayed the year or two before for our anniversary, which was pretty cool. And this time we got to sleep in the lower level of the house, and
which was cool.
Yeah, it was a different setup, which was pretty cool. But yeah, and then we came back and got back to life and all the normal things, and
whatever normal is.
Yeah,
right?
There is no real normal, I guess.
Well, especially for us, because do you want to tell them, or you want me?
About what?
We bought a church. That's my new vocal stem, too. Because if you've ever seen We Bought a Zoo, where the little girl goes, "We bought a zoo." That's where that comes from, just so you know.
Okay. Fair enough. I was not aware.
Well, now you know.
Now
and knowing
I know.
is half the battle.
Yeah. It's like reading Rainbow. The more you know. Yeah.
We bought a church.
No longer a church.
It's no, yeah. So I've had people be like, "Oh, I didn't know your husband was a preacher." He's
Definitely
not.
No.
Oh, I didn't know you were a preacher. Definitely not. No. Are you going to run a church? Absolutely not. A cult? Maybe one day, but not right now. So anyway, this was not all my fault, though.
No. Interestingly enough, we after the first year, because we decided to go back to Tennessee after the first year, just kind of for a few days and do something ourselves, and bring Miranda with us, and
we took Lacey,
and bring Lacey, and just tried to have a little bit of a different experience. We'd never really been down there around the holidays and winter and stuff like that.
And I have never seen that area be so freaking busy.
Yeah.
As the weekend we were there. And I never in a million years thought it would have been.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is, like, we got there, and it's like the last weekend that the lift before they retrofit it was,
which we had no idea,
Anakista or whatever was ever going to be run, and just all kinds of crazy shit. That's our timing. Like every time. Like when we went down there for our anniversary with our Broncos, guess what was going on? The Heritage Bronco Convention down there.
Well,
so there were
was
fucking
a Jeep
Broncos.
invasion one year. Yeah.
So there's Broncos everywhere. There's an event going on, and everybody's like, "Oh, did you come down for the event?" No.
We actually didn't even know.
Yeah. So it's like every time we go down, we seem to get tied to something. Yeah. But yeah, so we decided that, in our time of contemplation in Tennessee, and just after the new year and starting fresh and doing some different things, we were like, let's work ourselves to death even more. And try and get away from the 9 to 5 and become independent of those types of things. And so we started buying flip properties, and we, and
it's so funny because the day before this ever even got brought up, do you remember I was driving home and I was talking to you, and I go, hands free, don't even start with me.
Bluetooth.
And I said, "Oh, there's a church for sale. We should buy it." And he just giggled at me. And that's all that was ever said.
Yeah. And then literally a day later, and this is the NSA. This is everybody
Big
listening.
Brother's always listening. This is proof.
In my marketplace feed, a church for sale popped up. And I was like, huh. And it was like super cheap. I was like, no, that's got to be no, with the square footage and everything else. And I was like, no, there's no way. And I started digging and researching, and I reached out to the guy, and he was like, yeah, no, that's it. And then literally a day later, you and I went out. And
he said, hey, you want to go look at this church? And I'm like, what? Well, sure.
Yeah.
He was like, it's in rough shape. I'm like, well, I kind of figured you'd take me to all the nice places.
Yep, all the nice places.
So we go in there, and I realize that every window in this church is stained glass.
Mm-hmm. Every single one.
And every window is completely intact.
Mm-hmm.
And it is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walk in, and there are these gorgeous, giant, what are those, like oak doors?
Yeah, they're
solid oak doors.
Yeah, 13, 14
and
foot.
And like bifold oak doors.
Yeah.
And then a stadium seating theater.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like
thing.
it's like an auditorium that I've never seen it done this way before in a church, and it was like a bent laminated beam structure in the basement, and the floor slopes and is concave all the way down to the pulpit.
Yeah.
So,
and then it has like stadium wood seats.
Yeah, flip down seats.
Yeah.
And so it was really interesting.
So, and it's starting to fall apart, and I just looked at him and I said, I don't know why, but like I feel like we should try to save this. And he was like, okay. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, that was easy. Shit.
Yeah.
So then I got real panicked. Do you remember? Because I go, oh shit, do we own the graveyard too? Please tell me we don't. He goes, no, we don't. I already looked into it. And I was like, thank God one of us is an adult and we know it's not me. But I work too.
Because the church is legitimately surrounded by 2 graveyards.
Yes. Well, what did we find out? A cemetery
Mm-hmm.
is connected to a church.
Mm.
And a graveyard is just a freestanding graveyard.
Oh, okay.
You and I looked that up, remember?
I don't remember looking that up.
I'm pretty sure you and I did. But anyway,
Oh.
So yeah, it's sandwiched between 2 graveyards, cemeteries, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And like I went out there and I expected to feel kind of weird maybe because I didn't know it was surrounded yet. No, I did. from the aerial view.
I told
That's
you.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I went out there and it was one of the most peaceful places I'd ever been.
Yep.
So we bought it the next day.
Yep.
And the oldest, I guess, person residing in the cemetery.
The oldest headstone.
Yeah, they were born in 1831 was the youngest I found thus far.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You mean the oldest?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
So, but the interesting part is, the church itself was the previous actual church that was there was founded in like 1857. And when you walk into the front, it is you can tell that it was a small 1-room church at one point in time. Has the bell tower, the bell is still there, like everything is still intact.
Jeremiah already scaled up that wall.
Oh yeah, 3 stories
I go,
up.
oh my God,
yeah.
You're killing me. We don't know if that's structurally sound. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, just crawl up there, little spider monkey. But anyways, but they added like 5,000 square feet of building to this original church. So this place has been standing for,
and what
150, 160 years, something like that.
You told me the ceiling is like, what, 20 foot high?
Yeah, in the auditorium space, it's easily 20 foot high. In the old church, it's easily 16 to 18 feet high. Yeah. And it's all open above, which will be able to turn into a complete second story.
That's part of the plan, at least right now. We have a couple working plans for it. We talked about making it possibly like an event space, like you could rent it for, graduation party or a baby shower or whatever, and then putting it upstairs and it being possibly our studio. And then here recently, I really got to thinking, and I was like, why don't we just move in here? Like, why don't we just make it into a house? And Jason's like, it just depends on if we could buy the land behind it, which is fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because there's not a ton of land with the church.
Yeah.
There's a little bit, but
not enough.
Yeah, and it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So he was like, if they sell that parcel of land behind it, I would think about it. Because I was like, it's ours. It's free and clear ours. Mm-hmm. We could cash out of our house. Everything that we do for it, we're paying in cash. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we would just be right side up. So we have a few ideas. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but
haven't decided.
But we have good intentions, and we're really excited. I'm really excited about it. Like
I am too.
Ridiculously excited about it.
So just need to get at least a couple of our actual flip business houses done, and which I've been trying to work basically full-time job and work that, and we're doing the podcast.
It's a lot. He washes and dries, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I
He's
do.
a single father, basically.
You know what? I am, but it's okay.
And his camera angle view is probably way better than mine. So
Hey.
he's a dick.
Yeah, that's for you, Tommy. There
Who
you go.
invited him here?
There you go.
know? But also, so the other weekend, it doesn't matter. I was looking through the graveyard because I don't know why. Like, I used to walk through the cemetery all the time with my grandma, and we would just read headstones. And, like, that's how it sounds really, really morbid. That's how I learned how to count. So anyway, and then when I lived in Monrovia, we used to go and run in a cemetery because all the paths were paved, and, like, we knew exactly how much a mile would be.
Interesting.
So I was out there looking because I'm nosy, and all of a sudden, like, some guy walks by, and, like, we're in the middle of nowhere. You can clearly tell they're trying to see what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
And Jason's backed up. We have a 32-foot ladder. I mean, it's nuts.
I'm literally
And I'm
up
standing in
on
the graveyard
roof.
by myself.
I'm up on the roof. You've walked away and left me to die.
So he walks by, and then he comes back. So clearly, like, now I've made awkward eye contact with him. So what do? I Forrest Gump wave, like, hey.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, guys. So he comes over, and he's like, what's going on? And I was like, well, we're the new owners of the church. And he was like, oh, okay. He goes, we're the neighbors over. Da-da-da. We were wondering, we hadn't seen anybody here, so we were kind of concerned. I was like, no, we bought it. Da-da-da. And he was asking what we were going to do with it. We don't really know. Very, very nice. Said that his family had been there so long that they have original pictures of
Like
some
100 years they lived
the
there,
founding members. So I was like, that's so cool. Like, I can't wait to get a photocopy. Maybe we can put it in there, like all that kind of stuff. So very, very nice people. But we have one small issue. So we pull up, and the cemetery is the first thing I see, right? The first time we ever look at it. And there has been a huge tree, like a huge oak tree or something, that has grown up in the middle of this mound in the cemetery. And it's gone. And it almost looks like somebody has torched it.
Yeah, I mean, the original trunk diameter of this oak tree was every bit of 8 feet in diameter.
Oh, every bit of it. If not bigger than that, honestly.
Like, you could park a car down in the hole that's there.
Absolutely. So I looking over, and I looked at Jason and I said, please tell me that that's not the entrance to the upside down over there. Like, that's what it looks like.
Right.
He goes, I don't know, but we're going to find out. And I was like, not today, Vecna. Not today, Vecnussy.
So, yeah, and then we talked about, potentially being nice and, like, planting a tree out there. But then I was like, well, shit, how the hell are we going to water it?
I know. It's way too far out.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out, whatever.
I always figure something out.
Yeah, we get into the damnedest of situations.
I'm real excited. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what? Even if we rehab it and decide we don't want to keep it, at least we did something nice. And preserved like a piece of history.
Yeah, like the doors, I've never seen doors like this. And they're not just bifold doors. I mean, it's theater doors that swing and fold in accordion style. And these things are massive. Each one of these door panels probably weighs 150 pounds.
Oh, God. And then the spring form doors in the front, too, that are all oak and have, like, the old style springs. It's just nuts what's in there, and I'm just so excited.
Yep. But the windows are super cool because all the frames and everything is there, all the weighted spring drive systems that, lift the windows.
Well, we found out that the windows are actually built in a wood frame, and they actually do lift and open up. Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that. We're going to make sure because that's one of our very first priorities is to make sure the glass is stable and taken care of and preserved. So.
Preserved.
Got
to preserve it. Chef
Boy Brenda. Anyway, I'm sorry about that.
So speaking of Chef Boy or Brenda, I'm gonna side quest a little bit.
Wow, I get in trouble for doing that, but okay. I get pinky leashed for this shit.
Yes, you get pinky leashed for sure.
It's bullshit.
She has started baking bread.
Well, and I have been baking and doing all the things
all
too.
All the things, like she has turned into like the sourdough mama, all the things all over the place. It's crazy. But I was going to that's my little side quest, but it kind of leads into where we're at now because clearly this is not our normal podcast studio.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably tell them where we're at.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. This was your idea. Tell the people.
Shit, why was it my idea?
You brought it up. You side quested, not me. I'm just here for the ride.
Fine. God. So no, we decided to move the studio down to the lounge space, like the bourbon room, cigar room. And we had tried, obviously last season, we had done one episode down here and it just wasn't.
Didn't feel quite right.
It didn't feel quite right. So we actually took the winter months and
I worked really hard.
And dedicated this space.
Don't you dare let him try to fool you. He didn't touch a single damn wall in this place.
Well,
you didn't paint a single wall.
I'm not saying I did paint. I hate painting.
I know, but look at them edges, man. I knew you were going to try to take credit. I can't even.
Credit?
I can't
killing
even
me.
talk.
You're killing me.
Oh, man. Well, my lips get stuck to my teeth.
But no, we painted and changed the furniture layout, and we've actually got a really cool setup for like guest spots and everything else.
Yeah, and Brenda's letting a lot of her plants die, so now we're going to have even more room.
I know.
Eventually. So, there's that.
Yeah, because this was like the house plant
I know.
mecca.
And then I kind of side quested onto something else.
Yeah. Yeah, we're horrible plant parents.
I'm trying to be a better person. Speaking of.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up therapy.
Yeah.
Have we told him that we're going to therapy?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't think we started until after we got back from Vegas.
Well, we started towards the end of August, I thought, beginning of September, because we had to take a few weeks off, but
Yeah,
we
I
had been
remember.
going for a little while. So I went to Jason and basically was like, I think we should go to therapy. And he just kind of looked at me and was like, okay. And my reasoning was I was like, this is how I equate everything in life is to a car. Is it not?
Yeah, good
to
extent.
be fair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't just take your car in when it breaks down. You have to do maintenance and you have to get oil changes and you have to do this. And he's like, yeah, you're not wrong. And I was like, so I think we should go. So it's been very interesting, to say the least. It's been good. It's been good. It's been great for me. It's been great, I guess, for you. I can't speak for you.
Yeah, no, it's been a very positive experience.
Our poor therapist, I did tell them that you're 12. What are you going to teach me? And they have taught me a lot. So I'm very appreciative of it. So.
Yeah, no.
But
It's been an interesting adventure for sure. And, it's actually allowed us to find ways to communicate better and
more effectively, I would say. Well, and not that I feel like everybody should know my issues, but when you don't do that. When you start talking about feelings, I could never explain to you how I felt because I didn't understand feelings.
Right.
So now I can, more so. I'm still not great at it, but I'm getting better.
Okay. Progress over perfection.
But can we talk about how when you win a therapy argument, it's just so much more satisfying?
Sure.
Don't act like I'm terrible for saying that.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
When they side with me, it just does my heart a little good.
Well, I'm glad you feel good about that.
I just mean all in fun.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So, what else are we talking about?
What else we got on the list here?
Oh my God. Well, speaking of the other day, when we got the 32-foot ladder.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, remember I was about ready to fist fight a grown man.
Here, if you're going to tell this story, you got to get up on the microphone and get it right in front of you.
Okay. Don't make it weird.
No, because this is an epic story and you have to tell it with all the oomph that you can.
Okay. All right. Simmer down, hot sauce. So we get to Menards and I'm ready to fist fight a grown man. I don't even remember what for now. Or no, that was when we were leaving because the guy kept trying to cut in front of us with that big ass ladder.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're trying to go find the ladders and there's this little sweet old Grant People. And he's every bit of 87-ish, 90 years old, old.
Shuffle walking.
Yeah, and bless his heart, got them black New Balance strap-ons on. He's in high gear, and you can tell it. He's just a shuffling.
Yep.
And so sorry. all of a sudden he stops, and Jason and I are behind him. Well, it was so sudden that we stopped too for a second.
And then like averted to.
And then Jason grabbed my arm and we averted. And as soon as we got side by side of him.
Yep. Right as we were walking past him.
He unleashed the worst set of sharks it had to have been.
It was
that I have ever heard in my life. So much so, I grabbed your arm and I go.
Yeah, no, and he froze in the middle of the aisle.
And I said, oh my God, I think he was just clenching his butt cheeks together. And Jason goes, oh, I'm pretty sure it's dripping down to the floor.
Yeah, there is no clenching at this point.
We barely missed it. Like, we barely made it out alive.
Yeah, shots were fired and we were missed. We were saved.
We were barely missed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened.
And then I think he stood there for a minute or two trying to collect his thoughts.
Well, I had to go back and get a cart for this fucking big ass ladder, right? Of course, it was across the store.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah.
So I walked back and homeboy's still standing there and I avert all the way around him. I'm like, I'm not even having it. Yeah, so when I walk back to the other side of the store to bring you the cart, I'm like, surely he's not there. Nope, he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I couldn't miss him because I had a big ass cart. He was still standing there.
Yep. He was having a bad day.
Oh, man. I felt bad for him. But, like, what are you going to do?
Were there any brown spots on the floor?
You know, I didn't even want to look, to be honest with you.
No, you didn't check? Mm-mm. I'm surprised. I figured you would have checked.
Because I didn't want to know.
Oh.
I really didn't.
Fair.
And if I don't see it, it didn't happen.
So, as everyone knows, we have Opal, Elis's emotional support dog.
I'm her emotional support. Let's be honest.
This dog.
And that's a very scary situation.
This dog does
She's trying to DC to JC.
Like here, if you remember, we talked about her previously, about her tearing shit up, about her eating electrical cords and electrocuting herself, about her eating speaker wire, about her eating carpet.
But we haven't told him about her fucking with the fish tank.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
that's how it all starts.
Yeah. But previously, over the winter months, she decides that she's going to dig out the cords underneath the fish tank in the middle of the night to the point where it shifts one of the filters.
Well, this was in September.
This was after we had recorded our last episode.
Yeah.
But she shifts the filter overnight to the point where it's dumping water out of the aquarium.
All night long.
So when I get up at like... Oh, Lord.
Sorry.
When I get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and I come downstairs and I hear running water, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And there's water all over the floor.
Everything is
half the fish tank is empty. I'm just like, holy shit, did we spring a leak in the fish tank? Like, what's going on? Yeah, he thinks
the glass is cracked. I'm like, I don't see a crack anywhere. Like, I don't have the best eyesight, but I didn't see nothing. Well, it wasn't.
Nope. And we come to the realization that the filter had been shifted ever so slightly. Just jostled by pulling on those cords. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit.
And then how many cords after that did she try to electrocute herself with? 2 or 3, I know of.
Plenty.
2 or 3.
Plenty.
So we've had that happen.
Yep.
And then most recently, I don't know why she'd be trying to meet Jesus. I'm not joking.
In the same day, she did 2 things outside in the ice and the snow and the cold.
Oh, no, the one was the night before. Okay, so the night before, we'll get there. I'll tell you what happened the night after. The night before, all of a sudden, Mom goes, hey, Opal hit her head on something. I don't know what she hit. Like, she's not acting right. She comes in and she's like...
Yeah, she's more derpy than normal.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to figure out what happened. The next day, because this is dark, the next day we realize that our brand new deck box, that's thick plastic, she has run into it and smacked her head into it and cracked down the whole side.
Yeah. She slid like ice, just struggle busting.
So the next day, at the end of the night, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish, ish, somewhere around there. Ish, somewhere. all of a sudden they all come in from being outside and there's bloody paw prints everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. And they're all 3 black. You can't tell who's bleeding. And none of them will stand still to let you look. So we're trying to track down the blood. And it's Opal. Of course it's fucking Opal.
Yeah, it's Opal.
So I'm like, okay, I can tell she's bleeding, but I can't tell from where because, again, it's all black. Well, it finally starts to stop. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, tomorrow when it's light out, we'll figure out what in the world's going on here. We wake up the next day. We have blood all over our sheets.
Yep.
And our bedding and everything because it didn't quit bleeding. So we have to take her to the vet. She had cut her pad, possibly with a piece of ice, almost to the bone.
Or plastic that she blew out of the deck box.
I think it's probably more ice because of the rock.
I do too,
But anyway, she cut her pad so deeply, it was almost to the bone. And then they had to stitch it up. So then that happens. She's like, hey, like, we're going to be lucky if those stitches stay in even a week. But, like, we really want them to stay in 10 days. So I was like, okay. She somehow did not mess with it the entire time.
Nope.
Then the other night, I literally was in the bathroom, and she likes to sit in the bathroom with me while I put my makeup on or whatever. And I literally walked out to say something to Mom. I turn around, and this bitch is drinking the blue toilet water. And I'm like, why are you dying to meet Jesus?
Yeah, she is. She is
my dog, 120%.
She is something else. I have never seen anything like it.
She don't give a fuck where she's at. If she wants to lay down, she literally, you can ask Jason, she literally throws herself back, doesn't she?
Yep,
She
she'll
don't give
sit straight up on the couch and then just bloop.
And then her new favorite thing is she sets up between us in the bed and then lays on Jason's pillows.
Yeah. And then we'll lay her head on my shoulder.
Like all night, if she could.
Yep.
She's just the weirdest thing I've ever met in my life.
She's a pain in the ass.
I love her.
I love her too, but she's a pain in the ass.
She's a lot. She's a lot. I am too, though, so I feel that in my soul.
You know what? And that's why I say.
It clicks, right? It just
she
makes
is
sense.
Your dog.
You know what, Jason? You're rude, you know?
I know. But you love me.
I do. So, what else we want to talk about?
I don't know. Like, we've got some other things that we can talk about, but I think this was a good start. I think that.
I really do, too. I'm super excited to be back.
I'm excited about the new space.
Me too.
I'm excited about all the updates and, things we're going to be doing this year. And we're just going to try and expand this a little bit and have some fun with it and see what the hell happens.
And we are going to have guests.
Yes.
We have some new people coming on.
Yep.
And some other people that have just been gracious enough that I've reached out randomly to on TikTok, and they've been like, yeah, I'll come.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to have some connections and some people that we're going to meet for the first time. And
I'm going to try to shoot my shot with Matt Matthews, because what do I got to lose?
Yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah, you enjoy that. I'm good. I'll be at home. Thanks.
I can't with you.
I'm an old man. I'm going to be at home. You go party it up.
I'm not even going to party it up. You know we ain't. You know we're going to go to the show and be like, okay, we're going to bed now.
Oh, I know. Little old ladies.
We
I already
are,
know.
but I don't care.
I already know. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll get this in a little bit more of a regular rotation and, get this started. And hopefully every couple of weeks we'll have an episode released. And yeah.
That's kind of the plan.
Have some fun with it. But the best laid plans. We always make plans. God knows they don't always come to fruition. Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't.
Just bear with us.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna release some stuff and tell you all the shenanigans we get into.
But until then, I guess we'll see you next time.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're out. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Adventures of E, and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Adventures of E. See you next time.